It's amazing to be here at SMB Connect. I'm Jeyakumar, a solution engineer at Freshworks. And today, for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be taking you through how technology can actually revolutionize the way you operate today. Sandeepan sir spoke about a very important component of business, giving a good customer experience, right? But how do we give it if we don't have the right technologies to do it? And from Freshworks, we are going to be sharing with you some key principles as well as some tools that can really help you change the way you operate. So how many of you here have heard of Freshworks in the past? Quite a few, nice. And for those of you who have not heard it, trust me, in the next 20 minutes, you're going to hear about Freshworks and you're going to know what Freshworks can do for you. Now, Freshworks was founded back in 2010. We went IPO in 2021. And we have over 5,000 employees, right? And what we also do is we support 68,000 plus customers globally. We are spread across 120 different countries, and we have expertise across so many different kinds of industries. Sandeepan sir had a quick show of hands for different industries, right? People from manufacturing, media, entertainment. We help with solutions across all of these different industries. And if you look to my bottom right, you'll see that we're also a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant. What the Gartner Magic Quadrant basically means, it's like a measure to tell you which tools lie in different parts of a quadrant. We are leaders in it, meaning we've been able to provide solutions to large businesses and SMBs to make sure they're able to actually use technology to make an impact. Now, this is a list of our customer base. If you see, we're across so many different verticals. We have so many different types of customers. Those of you who are fans of Marvel, you'll see Marvel there as well. I'm a big fan of Marvel, and it's great to know they are using at least one of our different solutions. Now, I'm sure you're curious what solutions we provide, what we help you do. Our solutions are software-based solutions, right? So if you need to handle something in customer experience, if you need to handle something in employee experience, we provide you tools to basically assist with that. Now, these are different peer reviews that we've received, different accolades each of our products have received. I will be taking you through each of our products in a minute, but I do want to introduce you to our executive team. Right? From our CEO, Dennis Woodside, and our founder and executive chairman, Girish Mathrubudam, the entire leadership team, as well as the employees of Freshworks, we are really interested in making sure we bring people-first solutions. And I have a really nice story to share when I talk about people-first solutions. So yesterday was my first time in Delhi after 6 years. And I went to visit the India Gate. Right? It took me a while to reach from where I was staying, but the cool thing is, at India Gate, I had no idea how to go from one point to another. So I got on a cab, I reached India Gate, and then from there, I wasn't sure how to visit Rashtrapati Bhavan, how to see all of the other places. And I met a really nice auto driver, right? He just came up to me, he started talking in English, and he kept asking me, I'll take you here, I'll take you there, I have a map, right? Just come. And I was scared, right? I didn't know, is this a scam? Is this somebody that's trying to kidnap me half the way? I had no clue. But I decided to get on the auto, and it was an amazing experience. I kept pondering the word people first. What does that exactly mean? Because there are so many companies that provide people first solutions, but is there any company that embodies what people first means, right? So when I got in the auto, the one question that the driver kept asking me the whole time was, ma'am, which country are you from? Again and again, because I constantly only kept talking in English. You must be aware by now, my Hindi is not that great. I understand Hindi really well, but it's kind of difficult for me to speak the words and pronounce them. Now, the funny thing is, the auto driver was very smart. He took me to all the places I wanted to visit, so even though he had a list of places he wanted to take me, he kept asking me what I wanted to see, and I wanted to see the Rashtrapati Bhavan. So he took me to every place I wanted to see, and at some point, he was like, ma'am, aapko Hindi aata hai. The funny thing is, and the entire time he was guiding me in Hindi. And I understood everything, right? So I'm just shaking my head. I'm saying, thank you, chalo, and all of that. And he was like, I think you're from India only, ma'am. You understand Hindi very well. I was like, maybe Indian, who why? And when I came back to my hotel room, I was thinking about this experience, right? It was a really good experience. He wanted to understand the places I wanted to visit. He wanted to talk in the language I was comfortable in. And at the end, he wanted to give me good after service. He was like, ma'am, tomorrow, if you want to go shopping, there's a really nice place in Connaught Place. I'll take you there. You just call this number, the GPay number you paid, right? You just call me, I will take you there, right? So he gave me a good pre-sales experience. He gave me a good experience during the auto ride. It was very safe, very comfortable. And then he gave me a good post-sales experience. And that's when I realized what the word people first actually meant, right? People first is when you keep people first. You think about what they need. You think about the solutions you can provide to them and the benefit you derive out of it. Because I went home, I wasn't thinking about what I wanted to eat that day. I wasn't thinking about what I'm going to talk about today. I was thinking about, wow, how can an auto driver give me such a good experience that nobody else could actually give me when I've traveled before? So people first is what Freshworks does as well. Freshworks provides people first in AI-driven solutions, making it easy for you to reach your customers and your employees right where they are. Now, Freshworks doesn't do this by itself. We have a very strong partnership with AWS. And the cool thing is, with AWS, we're also able to promote our products on AWS Marketplace. We also use AWS as our cloud provider, so all your data is stored safely and securely. And if you are a new customer of AWS, and if you choose to get one of our Freshworks products, we do have a really cool discount available for you. You get around $300 as credit to use on any of the products on the AWS Marketplace. So just hold that thought. We do have a booth outside, so if you do have questions on that, or if you're a new customer, feel free to visit our booth, and we'll share more details on that for you. Now I'm coming to the meat of my demonstration here. Now that we've discussed what Freshworks is, we've discussed why Freshworks is in the market, and that we've discussed why people-first solutions are important, we need to talk about something really special here, bloatware, right? So it's time for a quick reality check. The stark reality is that in most organizations today, we use so many different software solutions. It's not one solution, we use many. And I'll give you an example for this. A couple of months ago, I got to meet a really nice customer based out of Bangalore, right? And they had a very, very simple and clear pain point. Their pain point was, today, they had multiple softwares, and their team was finding it very difficult to use all of those softwares. So they had one software, which was like an ERP system. Then there was a CRM system. All of these systems were basically holding the same information. So there's a copy A and a copy B in two systems. To connect these two systems, there were 4 other systems at the top and 4 other systems at the bottom. Now, the funny thing here was the team that was supposed to work on these systems, get their data, and do the calls for the day were finding it absolutely difficult to go through all of these systems at once. The end result of having all of this bloatware in their organization was attrition. People started leaving because they found it very difficult to make use of multiple tools. To give you a quick idea of the number of tools they were having, they had around 15 tools to do one thing, store customer information. And that is supposed to be something that's very simple, right? Every organization needs a central repository to store your data. But if you're having 15 tools to do it, imagine the amount of stress an employee must be going through to actually go through all of that data. Talking to that customer, I realized that my journey was also very similar. I also was in a place where I was using multiple tools to do a lot of things. My journey to find a unified, centralized system led me to Freshworks. And instead of just getting a product from Freshworks, I ended up joining the company. And I'm here today talking about Freshworks to you. Now, the thing that we all need to think about is how do we make sure we come out of that loop that is bloatware? How do we come out of the environment where we're using multiple tools, but using one singular tool to make sure everything happens, right? This is the journey that Freshworks took. Freshworks started in 2011. We started with one product. Then we brought out multiple products at different points in time. We made sure to bring products that would act as the central repository for your organization. You don't need to use 15 different tools. Just purchase 1 or 2 of our products, connect them together, and you have a centralized database in the span of seconds. Our implementation, the way you use our products is also very simple because we rely on 3 key principles at Freshworks: simple solutions, uncomplicated solutions, and secure solutions. But I'm sure you've heard of that before, right? You've heard companies talk about these terms before, and you must be thinking, how is Freshworks any different from all the companies I've heard about? These are the products of Freshworks. We'll be talking about these products, in a minute. But I do want to help you understand the difference Freshworks brings to the SMB economy, right? Freshworks, we started as a company helping SMB communities use technology to their advantage. A lot of SMB organizations, we know how to sell, we know how to market, we know how to reach customers, but we don't have the digital landscape or the technology to do that effectively. So at Freshworks, like I mentioned, the 3 key principles: uncomplicated solutions, rapid impact, powerful and secure AI. Keep these terms in your mind, because as we go through the session today, it's going to be really interesting to see how these 3 key principles have helped a lot of our customers really make it big in the market. So the first aspect that we're going to be talking about is customer experience. How do you provide a good customer experience with the solutions that we provide? Now, many of you here are probably having products that you provide, services that you provide to your customers. And you're probably having multiple different solutions to do that today, right? It must be going in your head thinking, is my organization also stuck in the loop of bloatware? Now, at Freshworks, we have tools that can help you connect an omni-channel experience. What I mean by omni-channel is, today if you have a customer reaching out to you on WhatsApp, or a customer reaching out on email, are you managing that directly on WhatsApp on your phone, or are you just managing that through email, right? A lot of times when you have customers email you, it's just sitting there in your email inbox. You have a team that is going and checking all of those emails, but how many of those emails just get lost, right? I'm not sure how many of you relate here, but I relate to that pretty well. I've had number of emails just come in, and then in a matter of seconds, I forget who I'm supposed to respond to, which email has taken the longest, and then I have people getting back to me saying, we've not received a response yet. How do you manage those scenarios and situations? Now, we help you integrate all your channels, so whether it's your customer reaching out on email, WhatsApp, Instagram, digital channels, non-digital channels, conferences, events, any form of format, you will be able to consolidate all of that into one centralized space and use that inside your Freshworks environment. So omnichannel, centralized agent view, and unified data is what our customer experience is all about. This is a quick snapshot of what one of our tools looks like. This is Fresh Chat. This is where all of your conversations will be coming in, whether it is WhatsApp, email, whatever channel it is. You have a central space where all of that can come in, and you can have your employees, your customer support agents, go and have those conversations here. And it's not just those messages. You'll also see information about the customer on your right. So you'll see who the customer is. And if you are using some kind of order management system, you're having an ERP system, something to keep track of more information about your customers, you can also choose to display that to your agents to your right so that it becomes easy for them to also have that kind of an experience. So when an agent logs into one of our systems today, they'll get to see all the conversations come in. They'll get to quickly respond back to them. And you can also set conditions saying, if a message comes in today, they have to respond within 2 hours. And if they don't do that, then you can go ahead and do something with their performance appraisals maybe, right? So you have an option to control how your support agents work throughout the day and how they interact with the data that you provide as an organization. This is an example of one of our other products, Freshdesk. And like I mentioned, all the products I'm showing you today are integratable with each other. So like I said, right, you can get one product or multiple products, but they all connect with each other, giving you a central space. Now, what Freshdesk basically does for you is, when you have these customers reaching out to you through, for example, WhatsApp, right? Of late, at least in India, we've noticed 46% of our customers prefer to use WhatsApp for communication because customers find that easy as well to reach out to you, and they prefer WhatsApp in general because email, at least for India, seems slightly outdated, right? Now, let's say someone reaches on WhatsApp, and they're talking about an order for which they want a refund. Or maybe they purchased something from you, it's not working as expected. Or maybe there's a service, and they need some help understanding more about it. Now, when they send you messages like that, you do have the option to convert them into a ticket, where you will be able to manage who is working on it, whether it's resolved, whether it's closed. Look at the whole history of the customer. So it's not just the most recent message they sent, it is every single thing that the customer sent since they started using your product. Every single email, every single message, everything is tightly consolidated and put together for your agents to have a good experience. This is an example of how Tata Digital managed to change the way they operate today. So I have a couple of examples to show you. I have Tata Digital, and then I have Pick Your Trail. But Tata Digital and Pick Your Trail both did something really amazing. So for Tata Digital, their problem was when they came out with Tata New app. How many of you have used Tata New? Quite a few again. And when you look at Tata New, when they launched the app, their biggest problem was there were 1.1 billion customers that signed up immediately. As soon as they signed up, queries started pouring in. And to handle such a huge load of queries coming in, right? My app is not opening, my app is not loading, I'm not able to sign in, so many different queries. Imagine the number of people they had to have in the organization to manage all of that. Right? For supporting billions of customers, how many employees did they need to have? And they were thinking about scaling the organization a little more, adding a few more employees. But they did have a few questions. Is this something technology can satisfy? Is this something technology can fix? And so they came to us. And you know what we were able to do? There were around 120 million queries they received in 6 months. 120 million queries from 1 billion customers in 6 months. And they didn't have human agents that were working on it. They had an AI chatbot. The AI chatbot of Freshworks was able to handle 120 million queries and resolve them in 6 months. So Tata Digital went from thinking about adding more employees to then thinking about how can technology make things easy for us, and how can technology, how do I put it, reduce costs. Because in our minds, right, most of the time we think if we get new technology in our organization today, it is going to increase costs, right? It's going to add to all the costs that I'm spending for all of my different tools. But if you look at it from a different angle, instead of you hiring more employees to manage certain things, you can deploy AI and you can deploy technology to handle most of it, and that's what Tata Digital was able to see. Same goes for Pick Your Trail. Pick Your Trail is a tourism company, and the problem that they were facing was major. So if somebody wanted to travel to Delhi, right, that person would receive the itinerary of Mumbai. Or if somebody wanted to, let's say, visit Hawaii, they would receive the itinerary of Maldives, right? Everybody was receiving wrong information, customers were seeing wrong data, and the company wasn't able to come to terms with what was happening. It turned out there was a problem with their CRM system that they were using, and they needed a change. They needed a shift. They started using our Freshworks solutions, FreshChat and Freddy AI. We'll talk more about our AI in a minute. But they started using some of our solutions, and they were able to see that it reduced the load of 40 support agents by 26%, right? So 40 support agents were handling 100 tickets every day. That got reduced by 26%. These agents were now able to work on things that really mattered to them, and they were able to handle queries better. And if you also see, right, when they were receiving a lot of tickets, right, when they were receiving a lot of tickets, a lot of queries, a customer would be really mad. They would send hundreds of messages. Now imagine, right, tomorrow you're traveling to, let's say, Mumbai, and you receive a completely different itinerary for a completely different country. You will be angry, right? No matter how much we try to control it, we will definitely get angry, and we'll be sending messages to the support agent saying, I'm frustrated, I'm supposed to travel tomorrow. What is this have you shared? I really need to know my itinerary. Now, all of these messages, let's say you send 200 messages in a span of 3 minutes. I know all of us are capable of doing that. You can send 200 messages in a span of 3 minutes. But what happens when you do that is, it becomes very difficult for the agent to actually go through everything. 50% of the messages that you would have sent would be kind of decent. The rest of the 50% will be very, very angry. And for an agent to go through all of that and then understand what the problem is will take another 10, 20 minutes. What we did with our AI solutions is our AI can go through the whole conversation and summarize it for you in 5 points. So the first point would be customers very angry, helping you understand customer's intent. Second point would probably be, customer received the wrong itinerary. Third point would be, please make sure you share the right one or the customer will escalate you, right? In 3 short points, the agent gets to see what really happened with the customer, and then they're able to actually resolve the conversation and handle it. So you can have a quick look at the different things I've mentioned here. If you'd like to see more about it, you can meet us at the booth. We can share you a detailed case study on how these companies turn things around. But this is just a quick look into how some of our solutions can help you when it comes to customer experience. Now, everything I spoke about right now is post-sale support. Like the auto driver, right? I go back home and he tells me, you know what, tomorrow you want to shop, I'm there for you. This is the I'm there for you moment that Freshworks provides. Now, what happens before you sell something? Your sales and marketing, what do you do about that? Freshworks, we provide you a sales and marketing suite of solutions. Whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, whether it's you preparing quotations for your customers, you can do all of that, right? This is a quick look into our CRM solution. It gives you a complete customer 360-degree view. What I mean by customer 360-degree is everything, right? Who the customer is, what do they want from you, what is their pain point, have they raised any queries in the past, how angry is the customer, how nice is the customer, you get to see all of that. And our AI will also score the customer, so I'm not sure if it's very clear here for you. So at the top, you'll see like a star rating. Our AI will also give a star rating for all of your customers, depending on the information it has stored about the customer in the system. So it's constantly going through your data, and your data alone, it's very secure. It's constantly going through your data and giving you star ratings and scores to help you understand if that customer is someone who will buy a product or if that customer is someone who's just exploring. And we also give you marketing solutions with this, right? So with the information you're storing today, with the repository of data that you have today, you will also be able to run your marketing campaigns. So if you'd like to do behavioral segmentation of your customers, if you'd want to target your customers through a specific channel of your choice again, right? And if you notice, I keep saying your choice, because we want you to be able to reach your customers in the channels they prefer. So whether it's you sending them marketing on WhatsApp, or whether it's you sending them marketing on email, you will be able to achieve all of that in our system. And our customer experience suite of solutions, whether it is the ticketing tool that I showed you, or the WhatsApp, Instagram chat tool that I showed you, right? All of this is integratable with our CRM suite, making sure that when a sales agent logs into the system, they get to see every single detail about that customer's life before they have the conversation with that customer. A nice example about our CRM suite of solutions is Sweet Karam Coffee. Now, I'm not sure how many of you have heard about Sweet Karam Coffee. Have you had from Sweet? Absolutely. You know, the term sweet karam coffee, it's very special to South India. In South India, what we usually do is, for our evening snacks, we like to have a sweet first, and then we like to have something spicy. We call it karam in Tamil. So we like to have something spicy, and then we go for a nice hot filter coffee, right? And that is an experience that Sweet Karam Coffee wants to bring to all their customers. But they weren't able to deliver that experience well because they didn't have the technology to do it. They were scaling at an unprecedented rate, right? Because not just in South India, a lot of people across India wanted to try Sweet Karam Coffee. They wanted to know what was so different about it. As our wonderful gentleman mentioned there, it's amazing. It tastes amazing. But how were they going to grow without the right technology? Now, Sweet Karam Coffee started using a combination of our tools. They used Fresh Marketer and Fresh Desk. And what they noticed was, earlier, when they received a query from a customer, let's say there was a customer that said, your coffee isn't karam enough, it isn't spicy enough, right? Let's say someone reached out like that. It took them 2.5 days to assign that query to an agent. 2.5 days. Can any of us wait 2.5 days to get a query for something like, answer for something like that? If I had to raise a complaint saying coffee isn't sweet enough or karam enough, I would want a response in minutes, not days. But they were taking 2.5 days, and when they were able to assign that query to somebody, from there it took them 2 days to actually give a response. Now think about this. They are scaling at an unprecedented rate. They are also an SMB company, but they didn't have the technology to give a good customer experience. Again, that's where Freshworks came in. So from 2.5 days, it went to 20 minutes. They were able to assign these requests and queries in 20 minutes, and they were able to give an answer under 24 hours. This really, I guess I'm very excited talking about sweet caram coffee right now. But the cool thing is, since they were able to do this, it was not just in South India. We have people everywhere trying sweet caram coffee. You should go try it. Should you visit South India, please go visit them and try it. They were also kind enough to also give us an interview. So there is an interview on YouTube. You can go check it out, where the founder talks about the problems that they had and how they were able to solve it using Freshworks solutions. So that's sweet caram coffee for you. Now, this is on customer experience, one part of what Freshworks provides. We have a second part as well. It's employee experience. So your customers are not just the people you interact with outside your organization, it's also the people that are inside. Unless you can make the customers inside happy, you can never make the people outside happy. Your customers inside are your employees that are working as IT support agents, they're working as agents, HR support agents, finance agents, so many different people having so many different business units and functions in your organization. Now, for each of these different individuals, how do you provide them an experience that's unparalleled and helps them stay in your organization for longer? We have a tool called Freshservice that can manage that for you as well, right? Freshservice is built on ITIL principles. So for those of you who are aware, or those of you from a good IT background, can I have a quick show of hands maybe? How many of you are IT service delivery heads, IT managers? Amazing. So you must be sure of what the ITIL principles are, right? Every tool that provides a capability for an organization in IT to manage their processes needs to be built on ITIL principles, right? But what we did as part of Freshworks is we took it beyond ITIL. Instead of just providing the solution for just the IT team, we also expanded it to help your teams, whether they were teams, let's say your HR agents, right? HR organizations today also receive queries about, I've not received my salary, there's something wrong with my bank details and so on. A lot of times, companies take care of their IT department, but lose out on all the other departments. All your other departments will probably be using email or some legacy software that's not really helping them. We've managed to bring all of that under one roof. We call it business teams, where you can use Freshservice not just for IT, you can use it for all other aspects of your daily operations as well. So this is what Freshservice will look like for you. Whatever query you receive from your employees will just pile up here. So whether it's a query regarding, let's say, VPN isn't working, my laptop is having an issue, I need to travel to Delhi and I need tickets, right? That happened for me as well. So when I got invited to talk here at SMB Connect, I was going crazy because I needed to now approach my travel team and get tickets from them. But how do I do that? Do I just email them? Do I just give them a call? And I'm notorious for just walking up to the IT department or HR department and just saying, hey, I need this done, can you just help me? And a lot of my times, my queries just go unnoticed, right? Because I'm just walking up to them, and they are humans as well. The nice thing is they always redirect me back to Freshservice. We use Freshservice internally as well. And they tell us, please go and raise a request so that we can pick it up for you and work on that for you. So I quickly went, I raised my travel request on Freshservice. We have a cool name for it. We call it Lighthouse because it gives employees a good direction on where to go to. For some reason, I just always walk in the opposite direction of Lighthouse. I'm sure most of you do that as well. But I went and I raised a request on it, right? And when I raised a request, we have this option where you can have a chat bot. The bot can be used on Slack, Microsoft Teams, the internal collaboration teams, tools that you'd be using. So I simply went on to our Slack channel. I sent a message to the bot saying, hey, I want to raise a request for getting tickets to Delhi. When can I do that? And can you also share our travel policy? The bot quickly popped up a form. I just filled up all the details, when I needed to check in, when I needed to check out, my hotel details and everything. And then it also told me, hey, this is your travel policy, this is your reimbursement limit, this is your cost limit. Anything more, please reach out to this specific person. I didn't have any human agent working on this for me. It really connected multiple departments. It wasn't just the travel team. It helped me connect with the HR team. It helped me connect with the IT team because I needed a few IT accessories as I was traveling. And all of this happened with me just talking to a bot on Slack. Right? And once I did that, tickets like this were raised, and the team internally was able to pick up my request, quickly work on it. They were able to see how important my request was, and they processed it within minutes. So that's Freshservice for you. Now, for Freshservice as well, we recently acquired a new company called Device 42. What Device 42 basically does, it helps you manage your assets better, right? So your laptops, your accessories in your organization, it helps you manage all of that better. We acquired Device 42, and we are scaling at unprecedented heights when it comes to Freshservice, because we've had a lot of customers who have approached us and have been using our tools in combination. Bank Bazaar is one good example. Bank Bazaar had a problem, right? They didn't have a proper process initially. They weren't really sure how to manage all of the tickets they were receiving today when it came to IT. So they were having all kinds of problems. There was no standardized procedure. It was very difficult. What we did is we had to come in and we had to guide them and tell them, these are the principles you follow, this is the process you set up, and this is how you manage things. They were able to see a 50% reduction in response rate, meaning when tickets came in to their support agents internally, they were able to respond faster to them because they got a quick look into what the problem was and were able to respond to employees quickly and fast. So that's on Bank Bazaar. And again, Bank Bazaar is using that in a combination with one of our other tools, Fresh Chat, meaning they had employees like me who did not just raise requests through email or through Slack. They were employees who wanted to also raise requests on WhatsApp, employees who would just raise requests on Instagram. So they had also a combination of tools to manage that. Now, all the solutions that I showed you today, right, all the solutions are built on the foundation of AI. Today, we're also here to talk about how AI can really change things for you in your organization. And when it comes to Freshworks AI, we have a little symbol there. Not sure if you can see that clearly, but that little symbol represents a dog. Right? It represents a dog. How many of you here have pets or dogs, cats? Great. I'm a huge animal lover. I love dogs, right? And the reason we picked a dog for our mascot of AI is because dogs are loyal. They're very simple. They're not complicated at all. You can go tell a dog anything, and you can be sure they won't tell that to anybody else, right? And another thing about dogs are they're very loyal, right? They're very loyal. No matter who pets them, at the end of the day, they know you're the one that puts food for them, and then they come straight running back to you. I'm sure you've heard of this dog, Hachiko. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But it's a story of a dog in Japan where there was a very old man, and then at some point he passed away. But the dog kept waiting at the railway station for him, knowing the owner would come back someday. So there's a small statue set up for Hachiko as well. And we believe Freddy AI is going to be a very loyal and trusted AI for you when you're using our solutions. Now, if you look at Freddy AI, just like Hachiko was for one person, but we've built Freddy AI for 3 different types of individuals in your organization. We have Freddy for your customers and your employees, right? So when your customers and employees reach out to you, we give them an option to also utilize Freddy in a different way. Then we have Freddy for all your staff. For all your support staff, sales staff, marketing, developers, we have an AI built for that. And we have Freddy Insights for leaders and managers. I know most of you here are managers or leaders in your organization, so that final piece here might be really interesting for you. Now, a quick look into our AI before I close for the day. This is Freddy AI Agent. This is, like I mentioned, this is for your employees and your end customers, basically. They'll get to see a chatbot like this, where they can ask any question, right? And when I say any question, I mean anything. They can ask anything, and the bot can be trained to understand what the question is and respond accordingly. These bots can be customized, so if you need the bot to answer with empathy, you need the bot to answer a little more firmly, you will be able to utilize the bot to do so. This is for both spaces again, whether it's for your customers or your employees, you will be able to utilize these bots to achieve that. Then we have Freddy Copilot. Freddy Copilot is an assistant for your agents when they are using our systems, right? So your sales agents, your support agents, your IT support agents, for all of them, when they are using our tools, they'll say Freddy, helping them on the day-to-day basis. Now, when you look at this section here, this is an example of how somebody can respond back to a query when they receive it. Now, usually, when you have people in customer support and employee support, they will respond back to queries with grammatical mistakes. They might miss a few words here and there. They must be in such a hurry that they type everything, hit backspace by mistake, and then an empty reply ends up going, right? It happens because we are working and living in a fast-paced world, and we need something to guide us along the way. Now, what our AI can do for you is, when this message is sent, it can pop up some suggestions for you and tell you, do you want to rephrase this text, enhance the tone, or just summarize the whole conversation? We've also added a couple of additional things where if the AI kind of understands that the customer sent a message and they just want us to acknowledge it, the AI can pop up a suggestion saying, acknowledge the message, or respond with something specifically. So the AI can manage all of that for you. It's not just that. If you're into marketing, the AI can build a whole marketing campaign for you, right from picking the type of customers, finding the right schedule in which you need to send the campaign, and then responding back to the customers accordingly. Finally, Freddy AI Insights. This will be interesting for all of you. If you look at this side here, this is a chat box that as leaders you will receive within all of our tools. What this basically does is, today, you must be using Power BI, right? You must be using some tool to help with analytics. Some of you must be using Excel to do it, creating pivot tables and then managing your analytics from there. There's only so much data that you can kind of think of and put it as a report. Because every report you create, it's coming from the thoughts in your head, and you create that as a graphical representation. Now, what Freddy can do for you is it can go through all of your data and understand patterns. So he'll try to figure out, OK, we've received so many tickets today, so it's probably because of this reason. Or we've had like 100 clients that signed up today, it's probably because of this. Freddy will go through all the patterns in your data and give you insights that look something like this. You can then ask Freddy to elaborate on those insights. So you have a little chat icon here. You can just type in anything you need. You don't need to go to the managers of your various teams and tell them, hey, give me a report. I want to understand how this person is doing or that person is doing. You just tell Freddy what you need. Freddy will pull out a report for you. He'll also give you the statistics. If you'd like to see a complete chart of report, you can also do that. Freddy makes it so much easy for you. So gone are the days when you're using Power BI and Excel to do things. Today, people have started implementing AI to make a lot of decisions, and I think this is something that would be really beneficial for you when you start using Freddy. Now that I've told you about Freshworks, the products we provide, how AI is going to change things, how, as an SMB, we've gone from, I believe, right, and I hope that in the few minutes that I was explaining to you, I hope you now understand the power of technology, right? What it can actually do for you and how it can change things. Now that we've got that out of the way, now try to reimagine how you work on a day-to-day basis. Your agents log into work. They see everything already done for them. The AI has already gone and detected patterns. The AI has already provided responses wherever necessary. The AI has already handled those 160 million queries that Tata Digital had already. And all you have to do as a manager, leader, or as just an agent in the organization is make sure that you're delivering quality responses, right? It's not about quantity anymore. Organizations have moved towards delivering quality and becoming people first. And just like how we at Freshworks believe in people first solutions, you're using our Freshworks products, you will also be able to provide that people first experience. So this is just a quick look into our metrics that Freddy provides. We can share these data sheets and these statistics with you post today's session, so you can quickly have a look at it. But we also have a booth set up, right? So you can come talk to us. We'll definitely be able to help you understand more about our solutions going forward. We also have a really cool SI partner with us here today. We have Kamba, and they'll be helping you in case you need assistance with implementing our tools and bringing about the solutions that you need. We also have a discount campaign running for these implementation services. So you can go ahead, talk to us, and we'll be able to make that happen. Right? Before I close my session, we do have two of our clients here who I would love to introduce and then have them talk about some of our products here at Freshworks. So a quick introduction about some of our clients. And they've been using our tools for a while, right? So we have Ankit Jain from Ratan, India. And if you've heard about the Revolt brand of EVs, right? the Revolt bikes, we have Ankit Jain, who's going to come forward and then share a few words about how our solutions have helped them. So Ankit, could you please come forward?
Yeah, hello. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Ankit Jain. I am from Revolt Motors, the Ratan India Group, right? So we are basically manufacturing electric bikes, and we are selling electric bikes almost now 5 years, and we almost having 50,000 vehicles on the road. So we are having almost 200 dealership in the market, showrooms in across all the Indian cities. So today I'm here, what Jessica is says about the product capability and technical functionality, and I'm the one who's basically using this functionality almost like 1 year now. So, okay, so I am just giving you one of the examples ki why we need that Freshworks kind of solutions in our organizations, right? So, as a automobile sector, we always face one problem ki we don't have the history of the customer in terms of what actually the problem they may facing right now, or the same problem they are facing, let's say 3 months before or 2 months before also. तो ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर में क्या होता है एक्चुअली कि इट्स ए बाइक, लेट्स से इलेक्ट्रिक बाइक विच इज न्यू इन द मार्केट, राइट? अब बाइक चल रही है, बाइक चलते चलते ब्रेक डाउन हो गई, उसकी बैटरी काम नहीं कर रही है, उसका चार्जर काम नहीं कर रहा है, तो कस्टमर तो कहीं ना कहीं फंस गया है, राइट? अब वो कस्टमर वो चाहता है कि आई वॉन्ट अ सोल्यूशन विद इन नेक्स्ट 2 मिनट इवन, बिकॉज आई एम ऑन द रोड, आई एम ऑन द हाईवे राइट नाउ. तो वो क्या करेगा, वो आर से हेल्प करेगा या किसी और को हेल्प करेगा या शोरूम पे जाएगा, सर्विस सेंटर कुछ तो करेगा ना. मेन प्रॉब्लम इज डेट कि नो वन नोज द सोल्यूशन, क्योंकि ये बेसिक ट्रेडिशनल बाइक नहीं होती है, इसके अंदर थोड़ा सा इंजीनियरिंग डिफरेंट होता है कि किस तरीके से उसको हेल्प कर सकते हैं. तो माई मैनेजमेंट वांट कि अंकित यू नीड टू बी क्रिएट वन सोल्यूशन, राइट, हुज गिव्स द सोल्यूशन टू द कस्टमर इमीडिएटली. आप मोबाइल ऐप बनाओ या कुछ वेबसाइट बनाओ या कुछ तो करो. तो आई एक्सप्लेन नेम कि सर देयर आर नंबर ऑफ पॉइंट्स, राइट, वी कांट कोड एवरीथिंग, राइट. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि मैं 5 वेरिएंट या 15 कलर्स के ऊपर मैं कुछ डेटा बनाऊं और हर बार उसको चेंज करता हूँ और कस्टमर को मैं ये मानूं कि वो मेरे वेबसाइट पे आएगा या मुझे वो करेगा, राइट. तो मैंने कहा सर इट्स बेटर टू टेक आउट वन CRM सोल्यूशन. लेट्स सर्च द मार्केट, what best we can get from the market and what is the best technology. So we evaluate number of tools in the market, the CRM tools. If you go to the market, there are almost 9 to 10 leaders as of now, जो कि अपने आप को लीडर्स बोलते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि ओके हमारे पास अच्छा CRM सोल्यूशन है, यू कैन यूज इन द कॉल सेंटर और योर डे रूटीन लाइफ. But after valuation of almost each and every partner, we come down कि okay, the Freshworks is the someone who's having all the capability which we can think about or we can assume कि okay हमें ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए and ये भी चाहिए. For example, I'm giving some solutions, right? तो we want to measure SLH. द SLA इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि मेरा कॉल सेंटर कैसा काम कर रहा है, मेरी एग्जीक्यूटिव टीम्स कैसे काम कर रही है एंड मेरे डीलरशिप कैसे काम कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि आई ट्रेन एवरीवन बट नो वन रिस्पॉन्डिंग इन द नेक्स्ट 2 आवर और 4 आवर्स और 6 आवर्स. सो मैनेजमेंट वांट कि ओके एक तो SLA मेजर करना है, कॉल रिकॉर्डिंग सुननी है हमको, कस्टमर से जब बात करते हैं तो कॉल रिकॉर्डिंग की क्वालिटी कैसी है, मेरे एजेंट की क्वालिटी कैसी है, राइट. एंड जो कस्टमर है उसकी हिस्ट्री को टेक केयर करना है कि द सेम प्रॉब्लम अगर वो रिपीट हो रही है उस कस्टमर की, उसका चार्जर आज भी खराब हुआ था, 2 महीने बाद फिर खराब हुआ, 3 महीने बाद फिर खराब हुआ, तो व्हाट बी द पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशंस, राइट. तो उन सब चीज़ों को लेके जब हमने एक को पायलट किया विद द फ्रेशवर्क कि ओके लेट्स रन फॉर 1 मंथ और 20 डेज और लेट्स सी आउट कि कितना परसेंटेज डिफेक्ट आता है, तो इट्स गिव्स ह्यूज डिफरेंस. व्हाट वी आर डूइंग एज ए मैनुअल एक्सरसाइज, सम एक्सरसाइज इन एक्सेल, सम इन माई CRM solutions, custom solutions. So when we are using almost 15 to 20 agents in my call center, there are 500 to 700 calls every day. To measure these calls, to find out the outcome of these calls, like I must say that Freshworks is really awesome on that place. So after that we come to know कि okay मेरा सोशल मीडिया भी बड़ा एक्टिव रहता है, कस्टमर व्हाट्सएप पे भी आएगा, कस्टमर चैट पे भी आएगा, कस्टमर ईमेल भी करेगा, वॉक इन भी करेगा, तो सबको एक जगह पे सेंट्राइज करना. कॉल सेंटर में एट्रिशंस बहुत होंगे, डीलर्स के यहाँ पे एट्रिशंस बहुत ज़्यादा होंगे, एजेंट आएंगे जाएंगे, राइट. तो यू नो टू फाइंड आउट कि ओके कस्टमर की हिस्ट्री शुड बी देयर, राइट, बाय विच आई कैन प्रोवाइड दोज द प्रॉम्प्ट आंसर, राइट. So we come to the Kamba Solutions, right, who's giving really awesome implementation. I think within 2 to 3 months, they have provided complete CRM solution to us, whatever we have requirement as per our need. So I can only say, right, that Freshworks is really a good choice if you are looking for something as a CRM solutions where customer centricity is important and we need to give solution at the prompt level. And Canva solutions, because when we approach to the implementation partner, so it's very difficult to provide your problems जो कि daily change होती है, right? तो होता क्या है किसी भी organization में you must aware कि there is no any scope, right? होता ही है कि हम लोग बोलते हैं कि यार हमें टिकटिंग सोल्यूशन चाहिए जहाँ पे ये भी हो ये भी हो ये भी हो, उसके हिसाब से हम काम करना स्टार्ट करते हैं. बट व्हेन कम टू नो कि ओके देयर आर number of things which we can explore, because Freshworks having huge number of tools or operation like Fresh Sales is there, Freshbot is there, Fresh Chat is there. There is still one option like Freddy AI chatbot. Basically, we are using Freddy AI chatbot almost like 3 months before, like 6 months now. So there are a number of things which is like working around. So it's not like a one-time solution, right? So we need to be work like in a everyday manner where we are connect with the Fresh Desk team, with the Canva team, and they are providing solutions, support. It's like awesome, right? So as a customer, we are very much satisfied with both of us, right? And that's it, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ankit, we also have Pushikant Tiwari. He is from We Protect, SIS Security Groups. So he's also using one of our solutions. And sir, if you can just take a quick minute to talk about how Freshworks has helped you, it would be amazing.
Hello. Good morning. It feels great to be here at SMB Rise event amongst the distinguished professionals. So today I'll be talking about We Protect journey with Fresh Sales CRM. We Protect is alarm monitoring and response company. We focus in home security solutions. So it was around 4 years back that we were searching for a cloud CRM for our B2C vertical. So that is when that we decided to choose Fresh Sales CRM, and Jagan here from Canva, a big shout out to Jagan here. So they were our implementation partner. So initially it was a bit challenging. It was not exactly a bed of roses because of the updated process flows and say the steep learning curve, etc. But we had Jagan here who was equally diligent and sincere enough for the change management to happen through. Ultimately, we were able to implement features, for example, conveyance, performance, incentive, etc., etc. We used to do door knocks or say other activities. The sales agents, their entire activities, they were used to be done digitally now, post the implementation. We reaped the usual digitization benefits of being paperless, better collaboration, say better scalability, better reporting, MISs, etc. They were also implemented. So this entire experience, it has made us more resilient to change. And I would like to say, in conclusion, that this partnership, it has made us, better ready for the upcoming change, especially in this generation AI. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, you may. Ankit, I believe there's a question for you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my question is to Mr. Jain. Yes. You said that you are manufacturing 15,000 electric bike.
Yes.
Per month or per year?
No, so far in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have tie up with Freshworks.
Yes.
So I can share you that there in the north, any region, there are many startup boys. After passing diploma in automobile engineering or degree engineering, they have formed a group and started a startup. Mm-hmm. Within half an hour, whether it's a diesel vehicle, petrol vehicle, gas, electric, any type of vehicle, you just make your complaint on that, and they ensure that within half an hour, they will reach at the site, repair your vehicle, and you can proceed your journey. And then they will also put that fault, what fault they attended, on the manufacturer website.
Okay.
So why did you prefer this Freshworks when that startup are there and they provide very efficient and good service?
So, sir,
Can
what's
you-
happening ना कि जो OEM होते हैं, right? वो लोग खुद चाहते हैं कि अपने कस्टमर का टेक केयर और वारंटी को मैनेज वो खुद करें, रादर देन किसी थर्ड पार्टी के ऊपर डिपेंड करें. सेकेंड, इन सब सॉल्यूशंस पे सर पैसा भी होता है, ओनरशिप भी होती है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी होती है. थर्ड पार्टी स्टार्टअप भी वही काम करेगा, मैं भी वही काम करूँगा, राइट? हु विल टेक द मोर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड मोर सिंसियर शिट. हम भी क्या करते हैं, पीछे बहुत सारे वेंडर्स को ही यूज करते हैं, राइट? जो स्पेयर पार्ट लगता है बाइक में, वो किसी न किसी सप्लायर से लेते हैं और फिर कस्टमर के तक पहुँचाते हैं उस चीज़ को. बट द सर्विस, okay, so I am giving you one more example. So I am from the background of Rajasthan, right? That Marwari background. Our owners are also similar to same. So service is again a profitable solution, right? Agar if you are managing your service and spare part effectively, so it's a profit to dealers, it's profit to OEM also. So rather than using OEM, using any third-party service which you are mentioning, like RSS services are there in the market. अगर आपकी गाड़ी या फोर व्हीलर कहीं भी ब्रेकडाउन होती है, आप कॉल करो, इमीडिएटली आधे घंटे में कोई ना कोई आपकी गाड़ी को टोय करके ले जाएगा. उसके बाद क्या होगा? पहला पॉइंट, राइट? कहीं ना कहीं शोरूम पे आएगी गाड़ी, मेरे सर्विस सेंटर पे आके मुझे मैनेज करनी है. मेन पॉइंट क्या है सर कि जब भी कोई आपको प्रॉब्लम फेस होती है, देयर आर ऑलमोस्ट 50% प्रॉब्लम जो हम कॉल पे सॉर्ट आउट कर सकते हैं. तो मुझे अपने कॉल सेंटर को नॉलेज बैंक दे के तरीके से स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है, टेक्निकली नॉलेज की. अगर आपके पास कोई भी कस्टमर की कंसर्न आती है, वहीं के मैं उसको सॉर्ट आउट करो. पॉइंट ये है कि उसका जो टिकट बनेगा, उसकी जो हिस्ट्री बनेगी, उसका जो पूरा टेक केयर होगा, वो आप किस सॉफ्टवेयर पे करेंगे? आपको कहीं ना कहीं तो मैनेज करना है उसको. तो उसके लिए दैट सॉल्यूशन इज गुड. तो दो ऑप्शन है, या तो आप इन हाउस अपने हिसाब से मैनेज कीजिए या थर्ड पार्टी कुछ कीजिए. आप जो कह रहे हो बिल्कुल ठीक है कि आजकल देयर आर नंबर ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स, कुछ कंपनियां उन स्टार्टअप्स को टेक केयर करती है जो इफेक्टिवली सस्ते भी होते हैं खुद मैनेज करने से अच्छा. बट इट्स ए डिसीजन, राइट? तो अवर कंपनी टेक डिसीजन कि हम खुद उसको मैनेज करेंगे. तो एज ए IT टीम आई एम गोइंग टू मैनेज दिस एवरी सॉफ्टवेयर, आइदर इज ए सेल्स स्पेस और इट्स ए इन हाउस सॉल्यूशन.